Neil, well done. A very, very strong performance before the mid-session and just after, and then it was a bit scrappy towards the end of the game, but you must just be delighted with any win over Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was. I think I was definitely deserving of a 4-1 lead. Played really, really well, and then after that, a couple of unfortunate kind of incidences when potted a blue, came off 2 cushions, cannon into the 2 reds, and then the whites kind of like rocked back onto the red, and then I can't see the red that was like near the hole, and then things just started to sort of like turn a little bit from there. I think he had a big fluke, and then sort of really got himself back into a frame, and then pretty much won it from there. I had a kick on the blue and the green pocket at 4-2, and then so just like little tiny things, I kept potting good long reds and canning into the pack and not really landing on anything. But I just had to stay focused and positive, and table was really, really hard work as well. The second half of the match, it was really had to sort of sledgehammer the white, and Ronnie was probably starting to adjust to that a little bit better than me actually, and so thankfully I got I got a chance in that last red at 4-3 to clip it in the middle, and then pot a good pink as well, to go 5-3 up, and then at 5-3 I felt good, and it took a couple of chances, but nice to beat Ronnie in any sort of situation, especially to get to a semi.
Yeah, how important was it to keep it at arm's length and not let him draw level with you? Because we've seen so many times over the years when he just gets within the edge of the winning line, he could just push himself over the line quite quickly. Yeah,
that's right. And in the past, I remember having sort of little leads against him, maybe a couple of frames, and then, you start to be a little bit more cautious and defensive and try to wait for him to make mistakes, where you can't do that. You got to still maintain, a positive frame of mind and still be the aggressor the way I always kind of want to play the game. And I think maybe that's what sort of kept the pressure applied as well.
You've had a couple of wins over him since the turn of the year now, obviously one at the Masters and one here. He had very big backing there, clearly, and he had very good backing here as well tonight. Do you think your personality is quite suited as to maybe other players with dealing with that and dealing with having the crowd all kind of gearing towards him?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you just have to deal with. If you're not able to deal with it, then you're not going to be sort of successful in winning sort of tournaments every season, because the likelihood is that you've got to beat Ronnie along the way at some point in some of them. I mean, it can be really tough to deal with for some players, and even me, you definitely notice it when you make a mistake and then the crowd are all cheering Ronnie, and he's sort of definitely earned that over the years as well. So you just have to respect that. You have to be aware of it, and you also have to know that it's going to happen. But as soon as you can be calm in that kind of situation and just accept that's how it is. I mean, I had really good support tonight as well when I was playing really well. So the important thing is that you play a good style of game that both sets of fans really enjoy, and then you're going to get them on your side as well.
Yeah, does it make it almost even more of an adrenaline rush when you do make those big breaks in that sort of environment?
Yeah, when you're potting great balls and making big breaks, because the crowd really enjoy it, and that's why they're Ronnie O'Sullivan fans, because they want to see the great balls potted, they want to see like the big breaks. So if you can lend yourself to that sort of style of game, then you're going to get more support. If you're incredibly defensive and try to make the frames really scrappy, then no matter what, you're always going to have the support against you. So that's why it's important for me, the way I want to play is to play the way I enjoy playing the game.
And being at such a crucial juncture in the season and being in the form you were in, having won the Masters and then having had the sort of COVID troubles and then going out early in Berlin, how important was it to come here and not let that form fizzle out and go on another good run and get to the semi-finals?
Yeah, the form's still clearly there. I think, it's. I'm not really sort of thinking too much about that. If I miss tournaments, I miss tournaments. It's just something that could happen. I mean, it could have happened before the Masters, and I could have not played in the Masters. So, but winning the English Open, winning the Masters, it's already been a brilliant season. So anything that comes after that is a bonus. So, and there's still plenty left to play in the season.
And John Higgins or Jimmy Robertson up next. It'd be a very different sort of match depending on who you get, but it'll be an interesting one either way.
It will, but I mean, both players like to sort of score and get in amongst the balls and play aggressive. I think John, sometimes he has a bit of a reputation for being kind of a match player, but he's only like a match player when he's not playing at his best, and then he's an absolute master as a tactician. But John's just as aggressive as anyone else. I mean, you saw that in his first round match, 3 centuries in a row, and playing brilliant this season. So yeah, I mean, either player, it's going to be enjoyable to play against because they play the game the right way.
But yeah, I suppose it would be different in terms of the dynamic. If Jimmy's there, then he'll be kind of gunning for it in terms of being the underdog, and John is a different mentality, I suppose, whoever you have out of those two.
Yeah, Jimmy's will be the underdog, but he'll be in the semi-final and he'll be like feeling really good, and anything's a bonus. So, but I'm well aware and very experienced against playing, the underdog. So, and as playing someone like John, where it's kind of like a 50-50, who's going to play the better on the day. I'm also used to that scenario as well. So, as long as you know how to deal with the different sort of story that starts the day with the underdog against, I had it with Barry in the final of the Masters where I was like the villain, trying to spoil his party of winning a first sort of like Triple Crown event. And I handled that really well. So only the very best in the world can handle all the different scenarios that are thrown at you.
Well done on a great win today, and good luck in the semis.
Thanks, mate.